Hello, happy Tuesday. Just went off in my Instagram stories. You guys, I've got a lot of feels today. I got a lot of thoughts. I got a lot of fire that I need to share. My glutes are kind of bothering me. So let's just talk about it. Okay, first of all, I did my workout this morning and Autumn said something that was it just hit me right in the heart and I want to share it with you. Okay, so she said that fitness is not about a physical strength. It is about your mental strength. It's about your mindset, right? It's about choosing, we talk about this all the time, choosing to make a promise and then taking daily action to make that promise your reality. That does not mean it has to have a perfection, all or nothing mindset. 100% not what that means. It means that you are responsible for your journey. What a freaking gift. Your journey is yours. It's no one else's. It shouldn't look like anyone else's, even though we fall into this trap of comparing and watching other people and even comparing ourselves to who we were once upon a time, pre-kids, pre-whatever. So I want to challenge you today to take a moment and step back and just assess where you're at. Just ask yourself what areas are you winning in and what areas feel out of alignment that you need to take some action in. And then I want you to take a little bit of action. You guys, 1 minute a day can change your life, 100%. It's not gonna immediately change your body because it's only 1 minute. But I think so often we come up with legitimate excuses and obstacles and we say, I can't do that, or it's just not gonna work out, or I'm not gonna touch that, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it later, or in a different season, or blah, 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 whatever you're telling yourself. I've done it, we've all done it. But you guys, you're the only one in charge of your journey. And if you are unhappy, or discontent or frustrated or your pants don't fit, it's time to do something different. It's not time to make more excuses. It's not time to sell yourself short. It's not time to negotiate your freaking life and your journey. When I came to this journey, let's just rewind it back a second. When I came to my fitness journey, I was over 200 pounds and I had 3 kids. I had 3 kids. Everyone was 20 months apart. Okay, so Charlotte was about 4 and Connor was just months old. And I had legitimate obstacles. I had legitimate excuses. But I decided to have a no matter what mindset. That's just who I am. It takes me a while to make a decision and then I'm all in. I'm literally a dog with a bone. And I'm not saying you need to be me, but I'm trying to give you a little background so you understand the evolution of my own journey. It did not go perfectly. It was not seamless. It was not epic and amazing, but what it was consistent because I made a decision. I made a promise to myself, and then no matter what, I touched some part of that every single day, even if it was just for a minute. And that's what I want you to buy into. I want you to buy into this no matter what 1 minute mentality that you're going to honor the promise. So often we think we have to be motivated, we have to be inspired, we have to be whatever. No, actually we don't, because we're humans and life is messy and there will be seasons of hard and seasons of obstacle and seasons of challenge. That's just real freaking life. But that does not mean that you should put yourself on the back burner and just be like, well, it doesn't really matter. Every time you do that, every time you sell yourself short or you break a promise to yourself, you are actually impacting your self-belief. And that self-belief affects your consistency muscle, it affects your confidence muscle, and eventually it impacts your results. Because the areas that we skimp on, that we cheat on, that we negotiate ourselves out of, it has a bigger whole self-impact than sometimes we give it credit for, okay? So I am not advocating for you to have some crazy workout all the time mentality. I'm not even saying you need to go 100% with your nutrition plan. But if you don't feel good in your life, in your body, in your physical journey, that's on you. You have the tools. You have the tribe. You have me in your pocket. Just don't Facebook message me because I suck there. Text me. I want you to win, but I also want you to take ownership of your journey. And I was thinking about that today. Carl and I were talking about it and how important accountability is, that it is a game changer. It is a game changer. And a lot of times we fight it and we resist it because it's uncomfortable. But Lots of things are uncomfortable. This entire journey that you're on or you're about to start or recommit to, you guys, it's always, some part of it will always be uncomfortable because it requires growth and it requires a next level version of us. And that doesn't mean that we have to be maniacs and punishing ourselves and shaming ourselves into a journey, but it does mean that you're responsible for your journey. And if you don't like something about where you're at, about the way your clothes fit or your fitness journey or the way whatever looks, like, take a little bit of action. Have that 1 minute mentality where you're like, I'm going to make a promise, a micro win. Like, I'm going to collect this micro win every single day. Maybe it's listening to something, or it's putting your feet in the grass, or it's going for a quick walk. Even if it's just walking around the block, like I made a promise to myself that I was going to get outside every single day this winter. And there were a couple days, it was Shark Week. I didn't have the physical energy to do it, but I still kept the promise. I still walked to the end of the alley and I walked back, and that counts. That's what I want you to take from this. Those little things that were like, well, it doesn't really matter. It's not really big enough to count. It does absolutely 100% count, even more than the days where you do a whole workout. Because the days you do a whole workout, maybe you have perfect circumstances, and the kids are behaving, or you have this pocket of time, and that's great, but that's not real life. And what I want for you is to transform your entire life, not just your body, not just the number, not just the size or the clothes that you wear. I want you to find the same transformation that I found. It's going to look different. It should look different. But if you've been telling yourself it's too hard and you just can't do it, or you don't have the energy, something has to change. Something has to change. And the coolest thing ever is that you are in charge of that. You might legitimately be super tired. Maybe your thyroid's not working properly. I'm not discounting that, but I am saying that you have the capacity, you have the threshold, you have the ability to say, I do matter, and I'm not just going to keep making excuses, and I'm not just going to keep kicking the can, and I am going to take a little bit of a personal responsibility and just do the next right thing. What is your non-negotiable thing that you want to commit to? Not what you think you can do. Not what you think you can do, because we sell ourselves short. Well, I could read a page a day. Yeah, you could. Will that change your life? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And I'm also not saying you need to go to the other end of the spectrum and do 75 hard or something super insane and crazy. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm asking you to do, what I'm challenging you to do, is to get in the habit of assessing yourself. Honestly, not in a mean girl, oh, look at that. No, but am I honoring my promises to myself? What is something that feels good? What is something I need to align? And then taking a little bit of no matter what action every single day. When I was new to this and I had all those babies, I read The Miracle Morning. And I've tried to read that book again since, and it doesn't really hit. That's the beauty of personal development. It's so personal, and it will hit. Different books will hit you differently in different seasons of your life. So maybe that's a book you should read. Whatever. Look for it at your library. But I read The Miracle Morning, and I don't know if it was something in that book or if it was just like an idea that came to me while I was reading that book, that I would have this no matter what. Like, there was going to be a non-negotiable thing I was going to touch every single day. And if I didn't get to it, I made that promise to myself, because I was recreating, reinventing, rebirthing who I wanted to be. And I was going to do it no matter what. And I can remember where my bed was in Yuma, like where it was in that bedroom. I can remember the light, the natural light. I can remember the bedding. And I remember getting out of bed at night because I hadn't kept that promise to myself and doing 5 squats or something next to bed, and then getting back in bed so I could check that mental box, so I could keep that streak going. Because it's not about win or lose, it's about honoring a promise to yourself. And I just feel like so many of us, I get the same messages over and over. This is too hard. I just feel so gross. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. You do know what to do. You just don't want to do it. So instead of telling yourself, I don't want to do it and this is too hard, how can we pull it apart and be like, what feels aligned? And how can I show up in this crazy, chaotic Christmas season that's coming with the babies, or whatever is your truth, your reality? What can I do no matter what every single day so that I can keep my promise, so that I can build that consistency muscle, so that I can next level my life? Because next level in your life, you getting physical results, it's not just about the food and the movement. It's 100% about your self-belief, about your heart space, and about your mindset, what you're filling yourself with, what you're consuming yourself with, what you are comparing yourself to. And maybe you're comparing to who you were once upon a time. She's gone. Bless her heart. This is the youngest you will ever be again. This is you in this moment, and you are worthy of showing up. You are worthy of making the effort, of doing the next right thing. This TED Talk we're having today, it's not meant to like shame you into action or be like, oh, I need to do, Whole 30, or I need to go all in with gut protocol. No, that's not what it is. But this is about you owning where you are. And if you are at a heavier weight, if you're cool with that, then be cool with it. But don't complain about it if you're not willing to take the action and just to do the next right thing. 1 minute mentality. What can you do today for 1 minute to honor the promise and to get the momentum, to collect the traction, to prove to yourself that you can? I was at my worst, my literal worst when I started. And this changed my whole freaking life. And I've gone through seasons since then that have been hard, really hard. Marriage stuff, car accident stuff, scary ass motherhood stuff. There's been rock bottoms. It's not like you pull yourself out and then it will always be great and easy and effortless and you'll always be motivated. No, but I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that having this mentality, having this mindset, holding myself accountable, or getting in a circle where someone else will hold me accountable, has literally changed my life. It has literally changed my life. And there's nothing extraordinary about my journey. It's my journey. It's extraordinary because it's mine, but it's not like a benchmark for you. I want you to do your next right thing. And if you've been telling yourself all these stories about you're just unmotivated, it's just too hard, there's too many things happening, okay, then be okay with that. But if you're not okay with that and you're gonna use the brain freaking space to complain about it or to mean girl yourself about it, you owe it to yourself to take some freaking action and just do the next right thing. And if you need help, yo, let's go. I'm even a certified life coach now, guys. Like, I can help you in so many different areas, but I will not put my tit in your mouth. This is your journey. You own it. I don't get paid to come in here and talk and do all these things and drag you along and force you to work out. That's not what I get paid to do. I am here working on my journey and shining the light for you and sharing my real and sharing my truth, but you have to buy in. You have to decide to believe in yourself. You have to decide that no matter what, you're going to touch some area of your life and you're going to hold and honor and keep that freaking micro promise and do your next right thing. And before you know it, you're going to be a whole different person. Whole different person. But it starts with that no matter what mentality. And it is not about getting every area of your life perfect or working out and doing all the things perfectly every single day. But it is about you asking yourself what's out of alignment and what really matters to me, and then taking a little bit of daily action. Even if it is literally just walking to the mailbox and walking back inside, parking farther away in the parking lot. Like, you get to count those wins. We just count those things. We think it has to be bigger than it needs to be. That's not the case. It is your journey. So you get to decide what a win looks like. And maybe you need to scale that back a bit. Maybe you've been too hard on yourself for too long and you've been telling yourself it needs to look a certain way, or you need to have a physical transformation. And maybe it's about way more than that. So that's just my thoughts today. I started feeling super uncomfortable. Well, it's been a really hard, it's Montana. It's been the hardest 5 years of my life. And my nutrition got out of control. My weight was really heavy, and I decided I could continue to bitch about it and be mean to myself about it, or I could just take some action. And so I did. And it's not perfect, but it's mine. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility. Just like this is your responsibility. And that's a freaking gift, you guys. It's really a privilege to get to work on our journeys and to continue to next level ourselves and evolve and grow and be a beginner again and again and again. I think we have this idea that like you just check a box and you're on to the next thing, and that's not how this works. Your journey is not linear, but I want you to remember that today, that your fitness journey, your fitness success, it is not about your physical strength. It is a mindset strength. It is you making the decision that you're going to honor your promise and you're going to do the work and you're going to see it through and you're going to play the long game and you're going to choose to be proud today. Because today, the day that you take the action, you collect that micro win, you do the next right thing, that makes you a winner automatically. It's not about the number or the size or the clothes or any of that. All that might come. Maybe it won't. I think it will. I think it will. If you follow the plan, you do the thing, you play the long game. If you're here for a wham bam thank you ma'am, I'm not your coach. I'm not your person. I am not here. I want to look really good in my jeans and I want to hit a certain goal. Like I have those goals 100%. But at the end of the day, I want to be harder to kill. I want to live a great freaking life that is fun and that includes all those treats and things. But also at the end of the day, I can be proud because I made a promise and I kept it. Does she delete it? Does she share it? I don't know. You know, if you really want to change something, you'll take some action. And if you're really content with complaining and being miserable, then you won't.